This is Steven's Story with Tips on Trading. I produced a whole bunch of tips on trading video, and the first one I made was about brokers and telling people that the brokers are not all your friends. And apparently this has scared some people. It makes them wonder, well, wow, how do I find a broker now? If the brokers, the market makers are trading against me, how do I tell which broker I can use? I talked about ECN brokers and the differences somewhat between market makers and those. But I still get a lot of people coming to my website asking, well, which broker do you use? What do you recommend? How do I find the broker that's going to work best for me? So let's talk about that a minute. Yes, there are market makers, and yes, there are ways of compensating to some extent for the tactical measures used by market makers to trip up your trades or sabotage those trades in their favor since they're trading against you. The optimized carry trade strategy that I use is one of those that can be used more effectively with market makers. But another way to compensate for that is by choosing the ECN broker. Now, the biggest drawback to ECN brokers is that most of them require a much larger account size in order to open a live account with them. But there are a few ECN brokers that have been allowing traders to open up with smaller account sizes, and three of them lately that in the last few months have begun to incorporate the MetaTrader 4 or the MT4 trading platform, which is a fairly popular platform. I like to use it with my students because it's free, it's got all of the tools that we need. You can import custom indicators, you can import EAs and scripts and all kinds, even write your own. It's a great platform, especially for getting a free download from your broker. Now, I'm going to give you the names of the three different brokers right now. Some of them are IBs and others are straight brokers, but they're good to work with for MetaTrader 4, and they've begun to allow smaller account sizes. MB Trading is the one that is allowing the smallest account size of about $400 or $500, although I would still recommend a $1,000 account if you're going to go with an ECN broker, minimum $1,000. The reason for that is because ECN brokers don't give you more than 100 to 1 leverage. If you get 200 to 1, you're really lucky with an ECN broker. The reason for that is because they're putting you in the true interbank market. They're not creating some separate artificial market for you and trading out of their own liquidity pool. You're trading in the true interbank market with an ECN. So they're not going to give you high leverage of 300, 400 to 1, 500 to 1. Only market makers will do that who create the market for you, an artificial market. That's why also with an ECN broker you're never going to see a micro account trading 10 cents per pip on the market. The only possible way they can give you a mini account is by setting you up with a standard account and then allowing you to trade with fractional lot sizes, 0.10 of a lot, 1/10 of a lot. That will then allow you to trade $1 per pip in the market as far as value goes. So if you set up with a $1,000 account, a mini account, or at least equivalent to a mini account in that respect, helps you to trade that with more flexibility. Now, the other next broker I would say is pfgforex.com. You can also find them under pfgbestdirect.com. This is where they introduce you to their MetaTrader 4 system. Now, I have an arrangement there with a gentleman, although I don't know that it'll always be Ricardo, it may be Patrick, his partner, and they're working it out with me that if I refer clients or students to them directly, that they will allow them to begin with a $1,000 minimum account size. They might try to encourage you to do more. I don't recommend it. You don't need to trade with a lot more money to be a successful trader in the market. You can trade with a small amount, and if you can't build a small amount, double, triple a small amount, you won't be able to do it with a larger amount either. So be careful you don't take the risk and get sucked into starting out with too large of an account. Start with $1,000. ECNs are great because they put you in the true market. They don't have the incentive to sabotage your trades. They want you to be successful. PFG Direct has been giving me the greatest experience right now so far. In fact, I've had 100 times better experience with them than I had with market makers. I have rarely, if ever, even seen a please wait window come up when I try to close a trade. 2 or 3 times it has happened. I think it's because you have the old software that's built into the MetaTrader 4 system, and they're working at stripping all that those tactical software programmed issues out of that, which are normally designed for market makers, so that you don't have to experience the please wait windows, invalid price, context is busy, and on all the requotes. I haven't had a single requote with their software now, and it's MetaTrader 4. normally designed for market makers, and they have reprogrammed it. It's a great experience for me. The next one is atcbrokers.com. Now, they require, I think, a $3,500 minimum account, and that's the only drawback that I've had with them. Plus, they don't allow you to set up an additional demo account at will. You have to call in and specifically ask permission. But still, an ECN broker, they are one of those that allows you to start with a smaller account size than most of them. After that, you get ECN brokers that want 7,500, 10,000, 25,000, things like that, and they become prohibitive. So those particular three are the ones that I prefer, and that's tips on trading. I hope that's helpful to you in selecting a broker. This is Stephen's story.